Cleveland has always been a popular place for TV movie hosts. It all started back with Ernie Anderson's Ghoulardi. Well, today, of course, we have TV8's Big Chuck and Little John and Channel 43's Super Host. But tonight, we're going to meet the other guy, none other than Channel 61's The Ghoul. The character is played by Sweed, who's actually making his third appearance on Cleveland television. Tonight, we'll find out why as we take you into the demented world of The Ghoul.
No, wait, no. You all right, you ready to shake a schmanky for Ghoul power?
I knew from the time I was 4 years old that show business was what I wanted to do. You know, I was immersed with ventriloquist dummies and marionettes and everything, and I was the idiot running around the schoolyard putting on shows and stuff all the time.
Well, Cleveland, just when you thought it was safe to turn on your TV again, The Ghoul returned to the airwaves. You may remember The Ghoul back in the early 70s as that lieutenant of lunacy on the old Channel 61 WKBF. Now, after almost 8 years' absence, he's back, this time as the new Channel 61 Saturday afternoon movie host. But to really understand him, you have to go back to 1963, when Ernie Anderson's Ghoulardi was the king of the movie host, right here on Channel 8.
I was, 13 years old, and I was mesmerized, as was all of the greater Cleveland area. It was just an honesty there. Hey, Grove, these movies are bad. No one ever said that before. And it was just, I don't know, I just had the whole times wrapped up in that. And said I just got to meet that guy.
Did I tell you Ghoulardi was a coward? I don't shoot these boomies off without the safety glasses on, I think. Well, I'm dying, I ain't dying here. What do you mean, how you fool? What? Forget it. Okay, I certainly hope you've got the film up, Julio. Let's watch it later. Cool it.
The Ghoul is actually 34-year-old Sweed. He grew up in Euclid, and it was there at Euclid Beach Park in the summer of '63 when he met his idol by dressing up in a gorilla suit to catch his attention. So now, 20 years later, he's living out his fantasy by having his own TV show.
Hey, Ghoul, pull it over there. This afternoon's movie is a semi-classic here on your Lieutenant of Lunacy show. Children shouldn't play with dead things.
I decided to recreate the image of Ghoulardi right around 71. I felt I had paid my apprenticeship with Ernie as Ghoulardi. I've been production assistant from 66 up until 71 with Uli and Chuck. And I said, you know, I can do this too. Why should I sit behind the camera and get in front of it?
You have your dough. You got to spread it out, and you want to get that dough in the shape of a donut. So you run into the bathroom and you get your plumber's helper, okay? Clean it off a little bit there, and hey, and see, it starts making out all those dandy little shapes. Now,
in order to be successful, you got to have a good crew, and I have a good crew at 61. I've been to stations where the crews have been atrocious, and I don't care how Bafo Sacco, your main maniac, is that day, how strong the material is you walk in with, how strong the ad-libs are. You may be on top of it. If you have the crew falling apart behind the scenes, it's going to look like garbage when the total product is done. So I think that's why I talk about we, because I think I learned long ago, I'm very aware that you just don't do it by yourself.
One member of Ron's crew is very special to him, and that's his wife, Barbara. She's been with him since the end of his reign at the old 61, right on through to his years on Detroit TV from 1975 to 82. And the story behind their initial encounter has a very familiar sound to it.
Oh, you won't believe where I met my wife. I met my wife. Get the polka music ready. Parma! Of all places, no joke. I did a polka party one Saturday night. And Barbara had been watching me on the air, and I think she had this same thing when I said, I'm going to meet Ernie, I'm going to meet the Beatles. She said, I'm going to meet him. For what reason, I don't know. Well, it came down to my wife also has heavy-duty brain damage in order to want to meet me.
I got to go to work now. Oh, I threw the bills out already.
Okay.
Think I go to work, honey. Love you, baby.
Have a good day.
Thank you. See you tonight. Oh, I hope I got a cold lassie sandwich. All right, bye!
Ron refuses to let anyone see him without his phony beard and mustache. In fact, when he does his radio show from midnight to 6 a.m. Saturday nights at WDMT FM, he still wears his Ghoul clothes.
108 WDMT.
Hey, is this the Ghoul?
Hey, you better believe it is your captain of comedy.
Same guy who's on 61?
Hey, the same one last time I looked. What, do you think
my
I
God.
have Dorothy full-time or what?
What did you do to that frog today on the bat? I couldn't believe it.
What do you mean?
It's National Be Kind to Animals Prevention Week.
Hey, I don't care what it is. I took Froggy and twisted his magic twanger over, under, sideways, and down.
Well, you're going to have a petition.
Ron's been doing the radio show since last September, but it's on TV that he's most popular, and also as popular as the Ghoul is his much-abused but faithful companion, Froggy. Ron created Froggy over 10 years ago after a similar character appeared in the Buster Brown TV serial.
I'll have you know, right? Froggy was, what, 5 years before Mr. Bill. Yeah, and then they started the whole thing with Mr. Bill, which is almost the same thing. It only goes one place. You can only rip off the little tad's arms so many ways, and devise so many ways of torture. But, once again, I was way ahead of my time.
So the demented world of the Ghoul continues to remain a fixture here in Cleveland. But as if one Ghoul weren't enough, get ready for more. He just picked the winner of the Ghoul look-alike contest at the Agora, possibly paving the way for another host in the years to come.
And I think we have first runner-up, Jeff the Sickie. But I think the grand prize winner, without a doubt, there he is! Son of Ghoul! Okay, thank you, everybody.
A lot of people will dispute whether I do comedy or not. They say I do sick, psychotic rambling. And, I mean, a lot of PTAs around town are still trying to give me the boot. Tell you the truth over there.
Okay, that's a show, boys and girls.
The Ghoul recently learned that Channel 20, WXON-TV in Detroit, has decided to run his movie host show there, too. So that will be his second appearance on Detroit television, and only time will tell if he's able to run that station into the ground, too. But whatever the outcome, we wish Detroiters the best of luck with the Ghoul.